What's up, guys? We are back, and we're going to be using the Zoroark team to round it out. We're going to just keep playing. I don't know what I'll end up doing. I might do a play till you lose situation. It is pretty late when I'm recording this, so that would be like just a treat. And shout outs to all the new subscribers that came from Joey's channel. Welcome. This should give us a good chunk of points. 1873. Very cool team. Let's see. Let's break it down. Okay, so what can he guard against? Doesn't have any ghost resist, so that's handsome for when you're packing a Specs Bolt and a Zoroark, so that combination is going to be lethal. I'll likely be using Zoroark in the end game. There's very little downside to lead Zoro. I'm very backsweak. I just realized this version of the team is like Excalibur. Like we have no good ice resist, so I have Zoroark B. I don't think there's much benefit to Zoroark pretending that it's Dragapult, but there is benefit to Zoroark pretending that it's Gambit. His Excalibur is something that I'm very concerned about. And my Corviknight can 6-0 into bulk up Terra Normal Core. So we're gonna lean low-key to a Corviknight. I'm gonna attempt to overwhelm him. Okay, so there might be one benefit to Zoroark pretending to be Dragapult, and I'll show you if he leads back Excalibur. Now this will mean that my Zoroark will have a choice band. I almost made Zoroark Corviknight. Excalibur is a huge offensive problem for me. So it ends up with a Sandaconda. I don't even know what the fuck this is supposed to do. We're gonna U-turn here. Okay, so it's not Sand Spit or whatever it's called. I know this thing learns Glare. I don't think there's too much downside to to Tusk as far as my win condition goes. Zoroark Gyarados should lose 1v1. The only thing on his team, frankly, that I'm even remotely concerned about is whatever that trickery that Armor Rouge may have. So what we're gonna do is just Stealth Rock first. I don't know why he rocks, considering I just spin spam. Very poor decision. Right, like very odd decision. And he's offensive Tusk as well, which makes this make even less sense because you have to spin and I get to EQ back. Oh. His EQ is doing more to me. Oh, he's fucking attack boosting. He EQ'd there because he thought I'd go to Zoroark on the spin or Dragapult on the spin. You can spin now. Yeah, go for it. I'm playing around a bit here because the what. But come on, I need you one more turn, Tusk. Yes, that's big right there because. I have a King Gambit, right? It's a huge deal. It's a huge problem for him. That hurts. Oh, my Tusk went through all of them. That is super unusual. Now, him weakening my Tusk matters. And his Moxie dose, 3000% mindless DD here. But, mindless DD, then what would he do to my Terraflying? I think Jolly Pope. Terraflying does concern me. Say Dragon Dances and his Taunt. What's the worst case scenario here? If he has 3 attack. If he's 3 attack, let's think this through. The Dragon Dances, he does be my Meowscarada. Then go for what? Potential Terraflying. So I'm actually gonna go hard Zoroark here. It doesn't die to Waterfall and it covers for Dragon Dance. Sure, I wanted my Choice Scarf, but this Gyarados is too big of a problem. Yeah, got that ass, boy. So no Shadow Ball resist, as we said, but it's actually less beneficial to Shadow. If he goes Sandaconda, I'm thinking about the positioning. If he goes Sandaconda, I get Meowscarada in. I don't think I 2-hit KO the Meowscarada. I don't know if I one-shot the Sandaconda with Meowscarada, so what I end up doing is get that Zoroark in. No Ghost Resist. The positioning is immaculate. Give me one sec. and we continue to focus on what we aim to do here. So also back to Gyarados. The reason this is an awful position is because it allows my Dragapult in, and you guard very poorly against Ghost. So Dragapult is not something you want. And now I could Draco, but because I'm partly thinking back should come in, it's not going for the luck, which is good. Give me one more. Oh, my Pokemon have been they're so well trained today. Like, no bullshit. They're not having the bullshit today. So Bax is in. I have to Shadow Ball in case he's Dragon Dance, right? As he is. Armarouge shouldn't be able to do any trickery. Spit F drop helps. No one. This could get bad. This could get bad. He has EQ, which means it probably. I don't want to go straight to my Gambit. So what I'm gonna do is go straight to my Gambit here for two reasons. Me going Gambit makes him think I'm going to Sucker Punch. Makes him think I'm going to Sucker Punch, so he may Dragon Dance again. But what I know is that he won't go for Icicle Crash. He's either going to Earthquake or he's going to go for Icicle Crash. I mean, he's either going to Earthquake or he's going to Dragon Dance. But if I kind of waited around, he may have done something else. The Armarouge is an interesting mon. I don't know what to expect from it. Gambit being flying helps me a lot worse as the Iron Moth, and so we're going to be keeping that at the most of health as we offer Corviknight here. Yes, Corviknight is weak to fire, but it's no longer necessary. So this is what I'm talking about. Things like this that people do in the late game to do some wacky stuff. So I'm guessing it's supposed to be like Endure, Weakness, Armor, or something of that nature. I'm going to bulk up here. It's Calm Mind. Fuck. Is it Salac or something? Endure Salac? That won't work. I can't let him get too many boosts. It can't be weak armor with Iron Defense. That doesn't make sense. So let's say I go to. No, I want both my ghosts alive. It can't be weak armor. He's going straight for the He's going straight for the Kama, yeah. So he might be way too boosted for me now. Weakness policy, interesting. Stored power weakness policy. I think he has some kind of terror. Stored power weakness policy. Tricking him doesn't help. I made him get too boosted. Stored power weakness policy. Nox should kill him from here. I don't know. Like, I want to make sure that my Gambit can take on his last two. Stored power, obviously not my Gambit out, but if he keeps Iron Defense, and then I'm just gonna lose. Flower Trick should kill him from here. Poisons. Yeah. Oh, what? Shit. This isn't good. I actually just realized that he doesn't have a fucking... Sword Power probably kills my... We just Sucker Punch spam. He's gonna have to outplay the Sucker Punch. All of them. Yeah, this is some weird shit. But I sensed something. Armarouge is always one of those mons. He's just going to go for it until. Armarouge is one of those weird mons. I figured this would be plus special attack, which is partly why I did not want to even play around with this. Does he not have... Yes. I figured he might have something. Yeah, got that ass. Wow, that was... I knew some weird shit was in the back. I just didn't know what. And so, even though I was so much ahead, I was like, this team is a little too unorthodox. And that's the type of stuff that wouldn't work twice, right? Now that I've seen it, that can't work again, which is the downside of gimmicks, right? The difference between a gimmick and an actual, like, unique strategy is that a unique strategy, for example, this Zoroark team, whether you know about it or not, can always work on you, right? Because of how the thing is structured. A gimmick, it relies 100%, if not 99%, on surprise factor. It's all in the element of surprise, and so once that element of surprise is gone, particularly with Terra types, I'm surprised Flower Trick didn't kill him there. So he was probably max defense Calm Mind. Walking Wake is troublesome, as well as there's quite a few troublesome monsters in my team, truth be told. But bulk up Corviknight goes crazy. Yeah, Terra normal bulk up Corviknight goes crazy. So we're gonna lean towards that. Yes, 2 Ghost Resists. They're mid though. They're mid, and they're both weak to Flamethrower if I choose to click that on either of my mons. My Gambit is quite good. My Meowscarada is very difficult for him to deal with. Even though it doesn't pick up any major KOs, switching in wise, none of his mons really want to give up the item. The only ones that do get dropped. Why do I sense some Choice Scarf Meowscarada nonsense coming my way? I'm going to scout for that. Zoroark, this is where Zoroark really shines, because what I'm going to end up doing is bluffing it as my Meowscarada. Because Meowscarada learns U-turn. If he's scarfed, he's going to stay in with his and U-turns. If not, it's going to look like I won the speed tie and bring him down to his sash, or straight up kill him if he's heavy duty boots. He's also very dragon weak. I don't know if I want a Terra Dragon, or I just can continually overwhelm his King Gambit, because that's his only switching. I want Spikes. Spikes plus Dragon Stab. And then in the end game, bulk up Corviknight should do the trick. As far as what I can't guard against most of his team. So it's going to be really a positioning game here. And the beauty of Meowscarada as well is that it entices his Walking Wake, if he opts for that, to fire move. So yeah, this is exactly the situation we're talking about. If he's Choice Scarf, is going to be revealed here, because he's going to try to U-turn on me. If he's that sash set, he's going to just leave it in. So yeah, he's a sash set, so it looks like, oh wow, he just won the speed tie with a lucky guy, such and such, and things and such. Now what blows that I need my Corviknight's item. I mean, I don't think he'd stay in to go for a knock. That just makes very little sense. You wouldn't Leaf Storm either. It's gonna be a doozy of a game if he does go for something like that. So I'm gonna go Tusk. If he Leaf Storms, yeah, okay. I figured that's what would happen, and then he Leaf Storm here if he has it. I'm gonna pivot to Polt as a mid ground. Yeah, excellent. So I actually prevent the Meowscarada from getting very little value at all. So I U-turn. So no hazards. Sure, Polt lost a bit of health, but I mean, what good is it, right? It's not like it was taking in his, nor should it have been switching into anything to begin with. So I could technically go back to Meowscarada here and bait out Gambit perhaps, which would open up. So I'm gonna go back to Zoroark, bluffing the Meowscarada, and see what his initial switch is gonna be. Again, we're leading up. So Baxcalibur is his initial. Remember what we described in the game prior to this. I was like, I'm going to lead Zoroark, trick the Baxcalibur. So if this is banded, it's gonna go for the Ice Shard here. If it's not banded, it may Dragon Dance. Loaded dice. So Zoroark's almost dead. Him having loaded dice isn't great for me. Him being Choice Scarf now is good, because he was Dragon Dance or Swords Dance. So Corviknight is getting closer and closer to victory. Now the only qualm is me Terra Normaling does mean that the Great Tusk potentially could have a fighting move for me, and me Choice Scarfing him does make him quite threatening. But Gambit's eating it up, as now we're staring down Great Tusk, obviously. And I'm gonna drop this young Draco Meteor. I want a flamethrower, but it's not worth it, especially if his gambit is what I think, which is no leftovers. I could double out here. It's a fairly obvious play. Excalibur doesn't really do that much for you, especially if I get the bands up. The question is, do I want Great Tusk to take all this damage? He's no longer loaded dice, so he's not guaranteed to get the Icicle Spears. And do I want the damage on the backs? Like all these questions, right? What are we aiming for? We can't win with Gambit very easily. Meowscarada is getting harder and harder to switch into. So let's say rocks go up. What does he do for Meow? If I stealth rock, if I earthquake, if I stealth rock here, he's going to go to the Great Tusk next turn. So I'll do is just earthquake here. If he gets a ton of hits, which he doesn't, yeah. So now he's in a position where he's, oh shit, I can't just mindlessly go to my should Great Tusk now. Oh, he actually expected me to double again. It doesn't matter. I wasn't predicting him there. It was more just, okay, we've gotten the positioning we need. The Excalibur has been hit. If he goes to the Great Tusk now, what I can't have him do is double double what he just did, basically go for Icicle Spear twice. We can't have that as an outcome. And so the positioning of I guess there's a possibility that he has, this is his rocker though, there's no way. I'm going to go to my Great Tusk. No. What I'm thinking is, like, is there a chance he has a fighting move? Because what I want to do is go hard Meow if he's typically, yeah, see? That's exactly what I was afraid of. So he's eject button offensive, which is good to know as the Waking Walk comes in, and it's speed boost, which means my Corviknight completely and utterly invalidates its existence. The question is, what in the meantime is going to be? I think it's time. Zoroark sure is great, but this is where things get gnarly again, because he's bulk up. He's physical. You know what I'm saying? He's I could Gambit Terra Flying. Nah, let's use Corviknight for what Corviknight is here for. So we're gonna do is bulk up first, because he's gonna flamethrower and he's gonna do nothing, and then he's gonna go hard Great Tusk because he realized if I bulk up enough, he's done in this town. Yep. And now that Great Tusk has been invalidated. He may knock. I want to be. I can't lose my Great Tusk because his Gambit's still alive. Has he terrored yet? No. And so I need my Gambit and I need my Corviknight. Let's say that I want to be careful of his Iron Moth too. He's probably knocking here. Knock just makes a lot of sense. But if I start bulking up, let me see. If I go Polt, he knocks. I go Meowscarada. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I'll have him. You see, he's blessed. Okay, that's the best case scenario. That's the best case scenario. I'm not gonna waste the Draco. If I flamethrower, what could the Moth? No, there is a chance he may. Because Gambit coming in is not the end of the world. It's Fallen 3. Obvious Iron Head is obvious as far as like options he has. Sure, my Pult's fucking amazing, right? But I need to make sure this is low enough. If the Iron Head's on my Great Tusk switch, then the Great Tusk is just invalidated. So, since he hasn't terra'd, the SDs, Shadow Ball will do. Corviknight completely walls the. I do like to have something faster than the Moth. Yeah, Iron Head's there, which is what I figured. Positioning is decent, but it could be better. Truth be told. So if he's Terra Flying, he'd use it here. Okay, he just leaves the Gambit in. Because I was thinking about, okay, hard switch, walking wake, Corviknight infinitely walls, walking wake, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Let's see if he doubles out. It could Draco. Draco probably could do it. Maybe water moving a Draco. Let him have this. What the fuck do I need this for anyway? So what we're gonna do is rocks, and the off chance that some shit happened. We get to go to Corviknight here and roost. The off chance he has like a Draco sort of thing. I don't know what his Iron Moth is, if it's booster plus speed. Obviously that'll hurt my Meowscarada, and the beautiful thing about this is I can pressure stall. So here comes Iron Moth. The way he's playing it, it's like he's not comfortable. It can deal with me. Hydro Steam's doing nothing with the Terra Water. Like, guys don't understand how different Corviknight is. Like, it's a different animal. Now, because he Terra Watered, it makes things harder. Shit, if I go hard Scarlet, I can survive in Flower Trick. No, what I can do is I'll roost when I'll get back to full U-turn out, because I can always come back and do what I'm doing right now. But what we don't want, so Flower Trick knocks him out. He probably expected me to be like his Release Storm, so it is speed. See, bros, don't doubt the Jamster, bro. Jam be thinking about them things. So we're gonna knock here. Fiery dances and gets a boost, which is not great. Because it's gonna come down to the Sucker Punch Wars, because he's gonna Fiery Dance. And then it's gonna be Gambit. So you ready to play out these 8? Okay. He didn't, probably just had 4 attacks. Okay. So what, man, the games, Excalibur is a horrendous matchup for us. I'm not gonna change it. This is gonna be the last version. There are ways to outplay it, but I can see it being, because of my experience and expertise, why it's doable. But I can see like a normal person using this team. But I mean, your opponent has to also know what he's doing, so that's the thing. So you have that going for you. So my opponent is using my team. Remember when Meowscarada had no usage? Like Meowscarada in the beginning of the meta, no usage. Oh, like mid-mon, nobody used it. I don't know if me getting #1 in OU with the Meowscarada team that I had something to do with that. I'm sure, because everybody was using that team. So I was gonna say monkey see, monkey do, but it's not like players are monkeys. It sounds insulting. But I really enjoyed how the Zoroark interaction, that was critical. The Meowscarada, outplaying the Meowscarada like we did in the last game, was like, if he had a spike up, very different game. Very different game. So in this one, man, Gambit is common too. Gambit has so much usage these days. Corviknight, as usual, bodies, but Zoroark could be Specs, or it could be Specs, or it could be Trick. That's really what I'm thinking about, Specs Flamethrower. So Corviknight is going to be handsome. He guards very poorly against my Meowscarada. In fact, I'm going to do the very same trick I did in this game. Gambit Terraflying could be that guy, truth be told to you. And I'm going to overwhelm him with Dragapult, Specs, Draco Meteors. But I need a Spike. I need a Spike plus Specs, Draco Meteor is going to go crazy. Question, where do I get in Spike? Gotta find out what his Tusk is first. My Tusk is going to be super important. It has a lot of weight on the shoulders in this game, but I'm sure he can handle it. This Tusk after all. And then potential late game Corviknight similar to the last one, but we need more data. So again, we're going to find out what the item on this bad boy is. I find people just use Sash. I prefer heavy duty boots. Is you supposed to just lived? Is you supposed to be alive? In this game, my leftovers is not as critical. Yeah, it does not. Fuck, he crits. If this has a taunt, I'm in a bind, because I could have. You should expect me to roost if you have taunt. But if he does not have taunt, let's roost anyway. Because if he doesn't have taunt, then let me see, knock. Yeah, we Brave Bird here. He's gonna get the spike. So the reason we Brave Bird is we don't want anything else positioned. He has 2 spinners. Spikes matter, but he might have been. I don't know. He just lived that like comfortably. So he should know from that my Miars. Well, no, because a lot of the Miarskirata also runs max special attack, which may have been the case with him. I doubt it though, because it's not. Well, I don't have any defense, and that's a crit. So maybe I don't know. Either way, you notice how he's taking his time, because that's how problematic Corviknight is. That's how Corviknight, you really gotta respect that guy. Now, Miarskirata being gone doesn't really do much for us. I mean, I suppose Gambit is literally his only Miarskirata switching. Sure, Goldengo exists, but I don't need to explain to you why Goldengo is not a counter. And he goes set Goldengo. So if he's gonna trick, I haven't shown U-turn. Obviously, I have it, but he wants me to not defog. If he's gonna trick, which he does, I wanted his Choice Scarf. He doesn't have an item now, which makes Miarskirata's stuff a bit worse. Good Zoroark, but he still just make it rain. That doesn't really serve me that much. I've seen Focus Blast on these bad boys lately, and I'll use Knock to get rid of my Choice Scarf if he uses it. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go Miarskirata first, and I'm going to see how he plays this, because I know I can't knock him out with knockoff because he doesn't have an item. So what I'm gonna use U-turn to see what his initial play is gonna be. It could be Gambit's his only switch option really. Now this could be his Zoroark. No, it couldn't be because he just U-turned. So he left it in, which is what I expected. And if he left it in, that means he's gonna go for the Make It Rain. And the reason this is so beautiful is it allows for, still thinks I might have defog. So it encouraged him to stay in for another turn to go for menial Shadow Ball damage. And now I can go back to Miarskirata since I'm not gonna die to the Make It Rain. And in fact, it may be even a bigger asset because then I get the, what's it called? The fucking Overgrow. And I get the Spike. I told you Spike plus Draco is gonna be very, very important. So we're taking this one step at a time. I mean, sure, the Miarskirata health could be matter. I don't think he's gonna leave this in anyway, but because if I do the same thing again, he's in an awkward spot. Especially if I go again, Gambit, Terraflying Gambit could do him in. So yeah, as I expected. So the problem with why he does not want to go to his Gambit is because it invites in my Great Tusk, obviously. And he does not want that boy in, and he doesn't want any smoke with that guy, especially if he is not leftovers. So here comes the Iron Head, because it's like, okay, I know you're going Great Tusk. So he's leftovers. And so rather than wasting the time trying to spin block and all these things and such, I'm just going to Earthquake here. There's no downside unless he Terras. Terraring would suck, particularly versus my team. He doesn't know if I'm bulk up, so that's a bit risky. But as I said, I have the Zoroark, so if push come to shove, we're going to be tricking this boy and chopping him down with my Gambit. So it leaves it in to get Earthquaked, very odd. Especially because I could have spun, and there are a lot of things wrong with that play. Now he's Shadow Ballable as hell. Well, he's Draco Meteorable as hell. He's Miarskirata-able as all get out. And so if he goes for, he can't go for the Terra here. If it's flying, it's a complete waste of a move. I'm gonna always Earthquake here to cover for Goldengo / Zoroark. And there's no point in knocking off because he's gonna get, if he leaves it in, he's gonna go for Iron Head. The spikes, yeah, they're a little annoying, but it's not worth him going to Zoroark and me getting no value, because then I'm on the defensive. So you want to always attack positions that cannot be defended. Right, in this case, Earthquake. Right, he's lost his only ground resist, and now he's backtracking like shit. Like, I got spikes up, but I didn't think, what then? Like, what do I do after that? And so now he's like, oh shit, I need to think more long term, but it's too late. It's too late to start thinking long term. Your Gambit's at 26%. Your boy got the spike up. Your boy got the heavy duty boost, Miarskirata. So yep, I figured he'd eventually do that. Complete waste of a Goldengo, truth be told. To block the spin was not that deep. How did this Gambit get his health back? How did the Gambit get the health back? So this is interesting for a couple of reasons. What it does is it allows me to go my own Zoroark. Kublai just took hazards. Wow, that killed me. Say specs. Okay. That one-shot my Zoroark. Say specs. What do I want to do with that data? We're going to go Meowscarada here. Meowscarada is way too problematic. If he's Scarf, no way that could kill me if I'm 83%. There's no way. Oh, fuck. He didn't kill me. How did he not kill me? Oh, because I knocked his item off. Oh, wow. That's wonderful. There's no way he's fucking Spec Sucker Punch. Like, I refuse to accept that. Okay. I mean, like, not even, bros. And me having my heavy duty boost is such a big deal because now I can Flower Trick, Overgrow Flower Trick, everything on his team. This is look how a game went in 13 turns. Brody got chopped into bits like a pineapple, and it's just every turn, man. You gotta be thinking about what then. After I do this, then what? After I do this, then what? After I do this, then what? So now, he has to Sucker Punch, even if he doesn't. A mistake would be to allow my Great Tusk to. I probably could go hard Gambit here, truth be told. But a mistake here would be to leave my Meowscarada in and get damage, or go hard to my Great Tusk. So what we can do here is U-turn on this very likely Swords Dance. I have Sucker Punch, and I have my Great Tusk is still at the utmost. And the beauty of the U-turn here, actually I didn't expect to be faster. I don't know why. I mean, I was gonna say the beauty of the U-turn there was that so yeah, I figured he'd SD. But the beauty of the U-turn there is that no, I'm not gonna waste the time rocking because I live. He crit me there. That could have been annoying. Actually, I'm surprised the crit didn't kill me, but I'm a Great Tusk. That Great Tusk is way bulkier than Hippowdon. Like, to say that is nuts. It's like way bulkier than Hippowdon. Not bulkier, it's way bulkier than Hippowdon. And so it's in his best interest here to try to get some rapid spins up. And so this could be a problem if I allow that. So I'm not going to allow that. And yeah, I'm not going to allow that. I'm sorry, bro. There's no point in wasting a Draco, because shot, like, really what we need is some damage on this and then it's over. Did I Terra yet? I haven't even Terra yet. Okay, so this isn't even a concern. It could have been a concern if I let it get oh yeah, I do remember Polt living defensive, but I didn't remember the exact calc. Now I know. So it takes around 80. Okay, so Clodsire is in. And we just sack Great Tusk here and it's over. Because Gambit, one, it gives us a Fallen. Very surprised he just does. I mean, I guess not. What else is he gonna do? I could just Terra Grass. There's not even any point to Terra Grassing. But on the odd chance the Claude can somehow survive, what I'll do is just go to this and hit that Iron Head. Is there a point to Terra Flying? Yeah, Terra Flying is actually the better play. It's best to Terra Flying here because you're gonna Earthquake if he lives. Yeah. And now your Tusk can't one-shot me. Because I was like, is it worth Terra Flying? I mean, Meowscarada wins anyway. But there's no downside to Terra Flying in that position. Because the best he can do is knock me off with Rapid Spin. And Gambit just, man, my GG, bro. We're already 33 minutes in and it's 7:30. I can't do a lot of play until I lose. Because it's gonna, your boy's in the zone right now. And, you know, it's another hour and a half potentially I can see going. Rounding us around maybe 1930, 1950. Which would be good because it's about time we got this account in the 1800s. But with the next team builders, as I said, the teams will get a bit more serious. Now that we've built with every one of the new mons. So hit the like button down below if you enjoy, guys. Love you. And guys, love you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.